We are ready to call the meeting to order. It is 5:34. AJ, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance? Hello, thank you. We will do additions, deletions, approval of the agenda. Do we have any additions or deletions to the agenda? Oh, may I have a motion?
I motion approve the agenda.
I'll second.
I am going to ask the board to keep your mics hot. It doesn't seem to have any problems with feedback, and it does help with the playback to hear what we're saying. Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Consent agenda 2.01, approve regular board meeting minutes. Oh, I'm sorry. Public input for items on the agenda. Do we have anyone who has something to say for that? Oh, step right up. Hold on, I'm going to write this down. May you please?
Piece of paper right there.
Yes, somebody stole my pen though.
Here.
Go ahead.
Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Anna Cruz. I am a parent of a BHS graduate and a current student at BHS. So members of the board, you're being asked tonight to approve the superintendent's evaluation, which is item 5.02. But that evaluation is not in the board packet, so it was not available for the community to review in advance. I feel like this undermines transparency around one of your most important responsibilities. In the special session that was held on January 26, it was stated that the board decided back in August and September to evaluate the superintendent, yet the process did not begin until late January. That delay effectively eliminated any realistic chance to conduct community surveys, even though OSBA described in that meeting stakeholder feedback as a recommended part of a fair and thorough evaluation process. The result is that the community voice has been treated as an afterthought and that it will not shape the document going into the superintendent's personnel file. At best, this is ineffective governance. At worst, it appears to be intentional stonewalling to insulate your employee from potential negative feedback. Whatever the case may be, I'm asking you not to approve this evaluation tonight and instead publicly commit to a clear, timely, and transparent process that includes meaningful community input from the beginning. I also want to follow up on the board's binding vote at the January school board meeting where a quorum was present to hire Keith Osri as a third-party investigator. I emailed each of you asking where that stands, but I have as yet not received a direct answer from anyone. At the recent community listening session, 2 board members who were there said the board voted at the last meeting to table the decision until the new members were seated. When I went back and watched that meeting, I only saw a motion by Martha Lane to table the housing issue. I did not see any motion to vote or delay hiring the investigator. Because my emails have gone unanswered, I'm bringing this here tonight so students and parents and taxpayers and community members in Bandon can hear your response. We deserve a board that follows its own votes and takes the whole community's experiences into account when evaluating the superintendent.
Thank you. Just so you know, the evaluation was done on the timeline of OSBA. When we do the evaluation, in the way it works is in August, we choose the list of goals in which she is to follow and which she will be evaluated on. Those are a list from OSBA. There's like 8 to choose from. We choose 4 or 5 in August. And then those goals are actually year-long goals. And we have had this discussion with OSBA many, many times. It is strange. It should be more of a mid-year thing. The goals are school year long. However, the evaluation process does begin in February, or the actual OSBA-led evaluation is in February, and this is all on the timeline.
But how would that align with the goals that OSBA said is part of
Yeah, it
a
doesn't. It's
meaningful
confusing. Yeah. I agree
way
with
to
you.
address the
The
We-
same thing
community.
We've done every year.
Same thing we've done every year for all time. The district at a glance, which is included in each of the board package every single month, is aligned with those goals and that are set in August. And they are meant to be a month-to-month check-in of those goals. And you're right, it is confusing. And basically, according to OSBA, we should be evaluating each and every month according to those goals. And the district at a glance does do that.
Yeah, I would hope that since this has happened in previous years, you would see community input as being valuable and
Absolutely.
made a priority.
We absolutely have said we will do a communities wide survey, and that will also be led by OSBA, but they didn't have time to do it this.
but it won't have any bearing on the evaluation that you prepared now.
The
correct?
evaluation is based on the goals that were set in August, and it was led by OSBA and compiled by OSBA. When we all participated in it the way we always do.
Can you clarify what's going on with the Osiri investigation hiring that the vote voted on?
Yes, that is on the agenda today, and we will be talking about that. We had an executive session with Boyer to discuss that last week.
Okay, so only an executive session. There was no update available to the public.
That will
about
happen
the
right now.
vote?
Yep, that
Okay.
will happen today. Yep. Thank you. Okay, anyone else, public input for items on the agenda? Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead.
I want to express my concern regarding the Ocean Park Workforce Housing Partnership and whether it's an appropriate use of school district land. First, to accomplish the project, the school district is proposing possible sacrifice of one of the girls' softball fields to create a required egress for the housing project. While the plan includes a new and improved softball field, which will fulfill the district's required compliance with Title IX, it is still a loss. Has the community had a chance to understand and weigh in on this? Secondly, as our community grows, our school district may need to build facilities to accommodate a larger school population, and land is a finite resource in Bandon. Why are we letting go of land that could be used for new school buildings or sports facilities? Most importantly, I do not believe that this proposal meets the most urgent housing needs in our community. The term workforce housing is not synonymous with the term affordable housing. The targeted market for housing for the proposed housing is middle income families making 80 to 120% of the area median income, with a target home price starting at or below 300,000. However, according to the report published by Perk Development titled Bandon Workforce Mapping the Housing Gap, the current rental inventory is concentrated in price bands affordable to those who are earning above 50,000. Additionally, they also note that Bandon's income profile is heavily weighted towards low and moderate wage levels, with a median household income of approximately 36,875. While workforce housing needs are real in this community, I believe that the proposed Ocean Park partnership is not the answer to our most urgent housing needs.
I'd like to say something. You mentioned PERC, and PERC is
Not us.
not ours.
That's not us.
It's a study that was done.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's not who we're
Just-
partnering
yeah.
with, just FYI.
Just wanted to make sure that
PERC
was
is-
not a confusion.
And there will be there are apartments that are included with that. It's not just homes. Thank you. Okay,
Having housing for service industry employees.
I agree.
Big enough to live in any of those places that you're discussing.
I agree, and I'm not going to argue with you about it.
Plus, you're not on mic, so,
No one can hear you.
and here, let's just us arguing.
I did. Thank you. Anyone else on the agenda? Okay, then that will be at the end before we go into executive session. Thank you. 2.0 consent agenda, approve regular board meeting minutes for February 9th, 2026.
I move.
Second,
Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion passed. Approve special session meeting minutes for March 3rd, 2026. May I have a motion?
Make-
Uh,
after you,
Brianna first, AJ second.
yes, please.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion passed. Thank you. Information, we do have hiring of Scott Brewster for bus driver, hired Tricia Hutton for interim high school assistant track coach, intent to return to classroom, Courtney Weiner, and OC presentation by Mrs. Tullis' students.
Yay.
We'll do right now.
When you're ready.
Go ahead whenever you're ready.
I was told that the fourth grade students will do all the talking, so I don't even have to introduce them.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Hang on.
Hold on one second. We want to be able to hear you and we want the people at home to be able to hear you too. Go ahead.
First, we picked 2 animals that we thought were good to compare.
Next, we looked up facts and wrote them down.
We took those facts and put them on a piece of paper so we make sure we could correct them.
Then we wrote it down on our final draft.
Then we drew our 2 pictures of our animals and we read them to our class.
That's how we did it.
May we see it?
Can we see it?
Oh, they are. Okay. Yes,
Even
please
better.
go ahead.
Hi, I'm Scarlett, and I'm gonna tell you about Florida Panthers and Jaguars. Did you know there are less than 250 Panthers left on Earth? I will be writing about Panthers and Jaguars on this paper. Panthers have retractable claws and a good sense of smell. Retractable claws means the panther's claws go back into its paws. Panthers are carnivores, meaning they only eat meat. They have good eyesight too. They can see good at night. Panthers can jump up to 20 feet high. They like to climb trees, and from the trees they jump on their prey. They can run up from 30 to 40 miles per hour. Panthers love to swim, and they are great swimmers too. Hunters keep killing panthers. Now I will tell you about jaguars. Jaguars are the 3rd biggest cats in the world. They grow up to be 5.5 feet long. They live alone and they are carnivores. They like to swim, but not often. They are really skilled hunters too. There are 1,700 left on Earth. They live in southern USA and northern Argentina. Now I will tell you the similarities of them. They both are big cats. They both are big cats and have sharp claws and strong jaws and bite. I think panthers are really cool because they can see at night and they have some cool spots. I hope you like this paper.
Wow, that looks great. Such nice handwriting.
Hi, my name is Kylie and I'm going to be reading my animal report.
Can we lower it down?
Did you know
Wait,
that
Kylie, can you hold on just a second? Can you lower the whole thing now?
I don't.
Uh-oh, Adam's coming. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Start over, please.
Did you know that in the Scurridae family, chipmunks are the smallest member? Did you know that the 2 front teeth of a squirrel are always expanding? I'm going to be writing about chipmunks and squirrels. In this paragraph, I'm going to be telling you about chipmunks. To begin, chipmunks can shove whatever they want in their mouth. And did you know that chipmunks often build burrows that are more than 3.5 meters long? Chipmunks sleep 15 hours every day. Chipmunks create 2 distinct noises. In this paragraph, I'm going to be writing about squirrels. Did you know that the 2 front teeth of a squirrel are always expanding? And I bet you did not know that squirrels are capable of jumping up to 20 feet. A male squirrel can detect a female squirrel in heat up to a mile away. Squirrels and chipmunks both love acorn, tree buds, berries, leaves, twigs, insects, fungi, and eggs. They both share the same family. Squirrels and chipmunks are both the most common yard animals in North America. They hoard nuts and seeds to eat during the winter. Squirrels and chipmunks use sounds to claim territory. I hope you like squirrels and chipmunks too. Next time you see a squirrel or chipmunk, remember all the facts you learned.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lulu. I'm going to be telling you about pandas and red pandas. Did you know that pandas and red pandas both eat sick bamboo? They are known for their mask on their face. In this paragraph, I will tell you all about red pandas and pandas. First, I will tell you about what I've learned about red pandas. First, red pandas are endangered. There are less than 2,500 left due to a threatened habitat. Next, did you know that red pandas are vegetarians? They eat bamboo and leaves. Red pandas are from Austria and live in mountains and forests. Red pandas are about the size of a cat. They weigh about 8 to 17 pounds. Last, red pandas are known for their amazing climbing skills. Red pandas spend 90% of the time in trees. In this paragraph, I will tell you what I've learned about pandas. First, pandas mostly eat sick bamboo and spend time in the center of China. A baby panda is called a cub. Newborn cubs weigh 4 to 8 ounces and are about 6 to 8 inches long, about the size of a stick of butter. Next, a panda is a mammal, which means that it is warm-blooded, and panda is a vegetarian. It eats bamboo and leaves. Last, the panda is one of the world's most threatened animals, and a panda can live to about 5 to 20 years old. When pandas are born, they are not white or black. They are brown. In this paragraph, I will tell you the similarities about red pandas and pandas. First, both eat sick bamboo and spend time in the mountains and trees. They both are hunted for their fur. Next, both have a large wrist bone to hold bamboo stems while they eat. This is called a false sum. Both pandas and red pandas babies are called cubs. Both weigh 3 to 8 ounces when newborn. Both eat leaves and bamboo, and they are a vegetarian. Last, both are known for both are one of the world's most threatened animals. I hope you like learning about red pandas and pandas. I love learning about how both have a large wrist bone and are called a false sum to hold their bamboo.
Hello, my name is Jay, and I will be telling you about capybaras and nutrias. Did you know capybaras are the biggest rodents in the world? In this paper, I will be telling you about capybaras and nutrias. In this paragraph, I will be telling you about capybaras. Capybaras are 2 feet tall, and some people even say they're a barrel with legs. They are really good swimmers, and their real name is a Hydrochoerus hydrochaeris, and that actually means water pig. They live in South America and in South America and around forests. Capybaras are herbivores and mostly eat aquatic plants, fruits, and grasses. Capybaras are really friendly and are highly social creatures and live in usually groups of 10 to 20. In this paragraph, I will be telling you about nutrias. Nutrias are like beavers and muskrats, but they can be told apart by their hunched back and white whiskers. They are medium-sized rodents that live in fresh water and are native to South America. They have webbed feet to help them swim. Nutrias are abundant in Gulf Coast states, but they also cause problems in the southeastern states, the Pacific coast. They are considered pests and are being removed at the tax. They were brought into the United States in the 1880s and were brought into Oregon in the 1930s. In this paragraph, I will be telling you the similarities about capybaras and nutrias. They are both rodents. They both live in water. All capybaras and nutrias have webbed feet to help them swim. They all have long teeth. Both live in South America. They are both born with fur, both born with a set of teeth. Capybaras and nutrias are also born with their eyes wide open. I love learning about capybaras and nutrias. My favorite part about each of them is that they're born with fur. One thing I still wonder is, what is your favorite, capybaras or nutrias?
Thank you. Thank you.
The answer is capybaras, Jay.
Oh yeah, capybaras. Capybaras are way
Capybaras.
cuter. And did you know that capybaras were brought into Oregon to replace an over-hunted beaver, and they were trying to replace beaver pelts with nutrias, but nutrias are gross. And so it didn't take off like they were hoping it would.
Hi, my name is Colton, and I will be telling you all about peregrine falcons and bald eagles. Did you know bald eagles live up to 38 years old in the wild? In this paragraph, I will be telling you, in this paper, I will be telling you all about peregrine falcon and a bald eagle. In this paragraph, I will be telling you all about the peregrine falcon. Did you know the peregrine falcon's favorite food is starlings, pigeons, and doves? Peregrine falcons don't build nests. Peregrine falcons can dive up to 200 miles per hour to catch their prey when flying. In this paragraph, I will be telling you all about the bald eagle. Did you know bald eagles don't get their white head until they turn 4 or 5? Bald eagles were on the edge of extinction because of pollution and hunting. Female bald eagles are bigger than male eagles. In this paragraph, I will be telling you all about the similarities between peregrine falcon and bald eagle. Peregrine falcons and bald eagles are both raptors, which means they're birds of prey and are somewhat related. Both are excellent flyers and hunt from the air, swooping down on their prey. I enjoy learning about bald eagles and peregrine falcons, so I hope you did too. A fun fact, did you know the peregrine falcon almost went extinct?
Good job. Thanks, spoken.
Miss Taylor, did you know polar bears and bears are both mammals? They are both very strong swimmers. In this paper, I will be comparing and contrasting polar bears and bears. In this paragraph, I'm going to be talking about polar bears. Did you know polar bears live in the icy cold Arctic? They also usually eat seals for food. Guess what? Polar bears sometimes are called a pack or a sloth. Did you know the population of polar bears in the wild is 26,000? They also have 42 teeth. In this paragraph, I'm going to be writing about bears. Did you know bears' weight changes often throughout the year? The population of bears is 200,000. Guess what? Bears have the largest collective brain size of any carnivore. Did you know bears have great memory skills? Bears actually don't drink, eat, or go to the bathroom when they're hibernating. In this paragraph, I'm going to be writing about polar bears and bears similarities. Did you know they are both apex predators? This means they don't have any predators trying to kill them. They both have a really strong bite that can crush any animal they want to eat. Guess what? Polar bears and bears both weigh over 1,000 pounds. They can run up to 25 miles per hour. Did you know they need their habitats protected so they don't go extinct? I have loved learning about polar bears and bears. I also think something cool is how they are both apex predators. I hope you like this paper.
Hello, I am Thomas, and I'm gonna read to you alligators and crocodiles. Did you know that alligators cannot die of old age. Today I will be writing about crocodiles and alligators. In this paragraph, I'm going to write about crocodiles. Crocodiles can dash out at 15 miles per hour. They are called hatchlings at birth. Crocodiles are strong swimmers. In this paragraph, I'm going to write about alligators. Alligators are shy to humans. Baby alligators' gender depends on the temperature of the nest. The similarities for a crocodile and a alligator are they have long snouts, powerful tails, and short legs. They have the same scales. I loved learning about alligators and crocodiles. I hope you liked my writing.
Thank you.
After a while, Hi, my name is Natalie, and wait. Hi, I'm Natalie, and I'm going to be writing about squirrels and chipmunks. Did you know chipmunks are the smallest of the Sciuridae family? For this paragraph, I will tell you about chipmunks. Most chipmunks live in North America. Did you know they eat fruit, berries, seeds, nuts, and insects? Well, they do. Chipmunks are the smallest of the Sciuridae family. For this paragraph, I will tell you about squirrels. Did you know that squirrels can find food buried under a foot of snow? Their front teeth never stop growing. Fun fact, squirrels zigzag to escape predators. Did you know that squirrels may pretend to bury a nut to throw off thieves? For this paragraph, I will tell you about squirrels and chipmunk similarities. They are both common yard pests. There are a lot of them in North America. They are rodents. They use sounds to find mates and stay away from predators. I love learning that squirrels can find food under a foot of snow. I still wonder how they dig that deep. They are so small creatures. Unfortunately, I can't be a squirrel or a chipmunk, and I have to be a kid and write about them instead. Hi, my name is Cadence, and I'm writing about the snow leopard and the Amur leopard. Did you know that the scientific name for the Amur leopard is Panthera pardus orientalis? Also, the scientific name for the snow leopard is Panthera uncia. In this paper, I will be telling you about the snow leopard and the Amur leopard. In this paragraph, I will introduce you to the Amur leopard. Guess what? The Amur leopard can be up to 6 to 7 feet tall. Also, the Amur leopard can weigh up to 70 to 105 pounds. The average Amur leopard's lifespan is 10 to 15 years. Now I will tell you about the snow leopard. Did you know that a baby snow leopard is called a cub? It's true. Bears, leopards, and lots of other animals are called cubs. A snow leopard can weigh up to 60 to 120 pounds. Also, the average lifespan of a snow leopard is 15 to 25 years. Snow leopards also are 4 to 5 feet tall. Also, snow leopards can run up to 35 to 40 miles per hour. Snow leopards live in Asia, Mongolia. One similarity between the snow leopard and the Amur leopard is they both have a long lifespan. Also, when they're born, they're both called cubs. Did you know that both snow leopard and Amur leopards are carnivores? Also, they are both endangered. Both leopards can run at fast speeds and they leap high into the air. I am so glad you stopped and read about these two animals, and I hope you will have an interest in these animals and research about them.
Oh,
Good job. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys coming and educating us on those awesome animals. Right. Thank you. Woo! Very.
So. Future speech.
Doesn't get any better than that.
If I ever saw them.
Right.
Oh, man. I mean,
Fantastic. All right. Thank you for that. Lightness. On to 4.0, reports and discussions, enrollment.
So our enrollment's staying at about a little over 600. When you look at the bottom of transfer in and transfer out, you will notice that at the beginning of the school year, transfer out of our district was 50. We are now only at 44 transfer out, and transfer in was at that's 60. Oh, my reading glasses. I think that's 60, and we're at 58. So we've only lost a couple within there. If you look at the trend of where we start in the beginning of the year, we hardly ever end with the same amount that we start with. We always seem to be going down, even if you go all the way for 2 decades. You'll see that that fluctuation is there. So we did start higher than we thought we were this year. We were anticipating to be under 600 when we started. We started at 633 and we're at 603. 10 years ago, we were at 769. So you can kind of see the trending of where we're at as a school district, along with 98% of the other districts in Oregon that are losing enrollment. Oregon lost over 20,000 students during COVID and they never came back to public ed. So they don't know exactly where they went. Do you have any other questions?
I've got a question. It seems like there's consistently about 25 kids that drop off from the beginning of the year till about March when you look over this enrollment statistic. It seems like there's about 25 kids that drop out between the beginning of the school year and March consistently over the past decade plus. And I'm just curious, why that might be, like 25 kids from the beginning of the year to March. And then 2, looking at this current year, it seems like 8th, 9th, and 11th has the biggest drop with 20 plus kids. Like, what is it between 8th, 9th, and 11th grade that's,
I can't talk about 8th. Usually high school, you see that especially as the 11th and 12th grade is having the credits that they need, like failed enough classes to where our traditional classrooms don't work for them. So they look for an online option like Winter Lakes Coquille has. That's where a lot of our kids go to because we don't offer that online option. 8th grade, we started, that's a class that has been small and it's fluctuated, I think, from day one, that it's like we thought we were going to start with 38, then it was 37, then it was, well, before school even started, it was going to be like 31, and then it was 34, and then back to 31, and then up to 38, and then now we're at 31 again. So I think that
We'll be at 32 on Wednesday.
Mhm.
We just had someone join. This is a group, we've got a variety of reasons why people leave. We had some that were counted in our September numbers, but had not ever shown up. They had anticipated, but did not arrive. We have families that have relocated. We have a few parents that have chosen a different option for their child. The bulk of what we've had this year from that group is relocation based on parents' jobs. And so, but again, then we have people who relocate into the district based on a variety of family reasons. And so again, we'll be up 1 starting Wednesday. Met a new child today. So.
And Brian, I usually look at what we have in September at all the different grade level and to see as it goes across where our trend is. And a lot of it is in that middle school, high school. It's usually the elementary that carries us because they may fluctuate, but usually it's coming in, not going out. So that's the part where if you look even down 10 years ago, that's kind of and Connie can pull that information for you, that the grade levels, it's around the same kind of grade levels that usually fluctuate. We have a lot of transient families coming in and out of Bandon. Sometimes they'll start here and then their family moves to Coos Bay, but we're still responsible for them to hear our homeless families. So, but we have a lot of transient families that are coming in and out of our district. So there's some that I think have started with us, they left us, came back to us, left us, and then came back to us within the school year. So
Thank you.
All right, any other questions on enrollment?
Isn't there also a lack of truancy
Enforcement.
enforcement in Oregon?
yeah, there's no truancy anymore. So you can come every 10 days to still stay enrolled. Or if you drop out of school, there's nobody looking out to where you're at. And that becomes some issues between us and Coquille, to where now we tell each other if we have a student that's IDT to us or IDT to them, we'll tell them that, hey, this student has, checked out. We just want you to know that they're no longer here at our district, and they have done the same with us. But trying to keep track. But after that, we have no idea where they go. A lot of the times their contact information isn't the same. And so trying to find those individual families or students is almost nearly impossible.
No, our secretaries do a lot of reaching out to where we've heard a child may be going if we don't get a records request. And so at the front office, we're really tracking because we know when a child has left us and we know when they have re-enrolled because that district will reach out asking for their records. So if we don't get that records request in a timely manner, we will either reach out to the district that we anticipate they're going to. We'll try to reach out to family if we can. But there's not a whole lot other than our due diligence. And at some point we run out of leads and we don't have the opportunity to reach them, because if we can't get them on the phone and we don't know where they're going, we just hope and pray that they land somewhere that is going to eventually reach out to us so that we can get them their school records.
All right, thanks so much. Anything else on enrollment? District at a glance. Who's first?
I have a couple things. I was at McKay's and I saw this handsome bearded music man. He was all dressed up and I said, "Hey, what are you doing? I haven't seen you forever." He said he was reading books at the elementary school. And so what happened March 2nd?
We had our annual reading day, and that was Jim Sylvester.
That's right.
Since you called out the bearded man. We traditionally have a reading day, and it used to be an evening event. But when you're looking at how many families have access to evening events, the number goes way down. And so we moved, Bobby was here. This is our third, Cynthia, does that seem right? Third or fourth year maybe, doing the reading event during the day. So 100% of our students have access to that. And that's always our goal at Ocean Crest, is access. And we rely on our retired friends and our community members. I listed, we had firefighters and we had retired teachers and we had anyone willing. The superintendent came and did a session. I got to do a session, and I say I get to because that's really fun for me. And they rotated through reading activities. Every kid left that day with a free book to take home. We did a cooperative craft, and the theme was wild about reading. So our bulletin boards are jungle, and before you leave, we have one here and then one big one down our hallway. And so all of the books were nonfiction informational, and even kindergartners like learning about animals. But it was, our bulletin boards are a craft that 100% of our kids that were in attendance that day got to do, and then we put it together as a big collaborative project. So we'll do it again every year after, because it works for kids.
Well, and it's having community members in our school just reminds everyone that we're a community.
And I owe Mr. Sylvester a coffee.
It's mochas, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. And then I'll jump back down since I was already talking to you about your walk to read and data going forward and all that fun stuff. Talk to me about walk to read since we're on the topic of discussion of reading.
So Walk to Read is our 30 minutes additional reading time 5 days a week for kindergarten through fourth grade. And our Title I reading specialist runs the Title I reading group based off of data from our data team meetings that we have every 6 to 7 weeks. And I say we, meaning it's myself, our special education teacher, our reading specialist, and then the teachers of that grade. So basically almost every Thursday we're having a data team meeting. But based off of that information, then we place students in this walk to read group. So we have students that have IEPs. So they're working with our special education teacher. We have students that are, if they don't have an IEP, they are the lowest 8 of that grade level that need more reading support. They get our Title I reading specialist that works with them. And then we have the grade level teachers that split the kids up. So we have students that are just on the cusp of being at grade level and they still need that support. And then we have kids that are at or above grade level and they need to be challenged. So we do that. That was in place before I came into this position. But what that means is at the elementary school, our students are getting an hour of core reading instruction. Then they're getting an additional 30 minutes of reading intervention or reading challenge. And then we also have a time we call double dose. And that is another chunk of time for our lowest readers in each grade level to get an extra bump.
Wow.
And then we also have a separate 30-minute block for writing. So the elementary school really is packed with getting them ready to learn. So I know it looks different in the other buildings, but that's what's appropriate at this level. And the groups change every 6 to 7 weeks. So it's not stagnant groups. Sometimes there's not a lot of shift, but it is very, very impactful for our students.
Well, it's very intentional too. And
Very
that's
intentional.
super.
And every teacher, when they fill out their data forms, they're filling out at least 5 points of data for every single one of their children. So it's not coming with like, this is the reading test they had. This is very specific. It's time consuming for teachers. And then we have meaningful discussions about every one of those kids in every grade at every meeting. Yeah.
It looks like all 3 of the buildings are doing these data dives. Is that what I'm seeing? And how they're guiding and targeting focus.
Yes,
You wanna
one of
speak
the
on that?
things that we're aware of is at the elementary school, we have a lot of opportunity for intervention because it is a Title I school. We have a Title I reading specialist, and we don't have that resource at the middle and at the high school. Historically, when I first came to the district over a decade ago, the middle and high school did not look at data in the same way with as much intentionality as the elementary school. And we've now moved to what we call a universal screener. And so that's that NWEA reading and math so that every building has access to, we call it benchmark data. And so we look at fall, winter, and spring at the middle and high school. And then we use that information to help target what we can do. So we currently do not have an intervention like a walk to read, but we are looking at where are the trends in our data. So at the middle school, one of the trends that we noticed was that we need extra support in informational text. I'm loving that they're doing informational text reading and writing in fourth grade. They are going to be ready when they get to middle school next year. But also we look at how can we address that not only in our English class, but in every single content class that we have. Informational text is something that we can explore in social studies, in science, in math, in electives. We have the opportunity to support that work across different classrooms. And so we do that. But those teachers wouldn't know that if we didn't come together and look at the data. And then we look at math and how can we meld the math into some other places. And so I know Mrs. Pooy has worked with things like math in health classes. We're looking at nutrition. She's worked with math when she was doing PE as far as, calculating we're not in my zone of excellence, so I'm going to stop talking about PE, but she was able to incorporate calculations there too. One of the other things we noticed with our winter data dive was a focus on vocabulary. Academic vocabulary is very different than the vocabulary that we use when we are just out and about talking with our friends and our families. And so we have incorporated a vocabulary word of the week. I share that word in our Monday morning announcements, and then they get reminders. Teachers are reminding them, and then students are challenged to use that word as they go about their week. So last week, one of our students came to me during cafeteria supervision time and let me know that Miss A, I will adhere to the expectation of no cell phones at school. Adhere was our word. He then went on to make sure that I knew that adhere meant to stick to or follow a guideline. And I thanked him very much for reminding me. If any of your children come home and use the word boisterous, that's our word of the week today. And so we're choosing words that we know are, Mariah McMonagle is the one who is selecting some words for us. I believe they're from an SAT list. And we just want to give them access to words and how we can use them to definitions and give them a little challenge. We're putting all sorts of challenges out at the middle school. So we've got character dare challenges. We have vocabulary word of the week. Keep it fun.
Thank you very much. I'm noticing, and I also noticed that their leadership groups were mentioned quite a few times, and student leadership just going forward and keeping the morale and keeping other students engaged.
Absolutely.
And that's always impressive with.
One of the things that we're doing as well at the middle school is we're working on creating a cohesive group between the middle and the high school. Once upon a time, we talked about like one team, one mission, right? And community with that capital U in the middle. We are looking at not being siloed buildings that work independently, but rather that work interdependently. And so Megan Stallard, the leadership advisor at Harbor Lights, works with Jordan Salmons, the leadership advisor at the high school. We've done some combined assemblies. Together, we are doing some combined efforts, and just as a way that we can come together and support each other. And also at the middle school, we want kids to have a voice. And so how can they have a voice in building the culture of our school building and being a part of getting school spirit up? I love the fact that we have, some Tiger swag, and I get compliments whenever I don a sweatshirt and sneakers, and the kids aren't always used to seeing me dressed like that, but it's awful fun.
Thank you.
Yes. We don't have gym or yeah.
I would give a shout out to boys and girls basketball that both made it to state. Boys lost in the first round at Lowell, and then the girls lost to Western Christian, and then Western McEwen took them out on Friday. So yeah, and then I would also add a huge shout out to Oakland. Oakland fans and parents and band, amazing sportsmanship, amazing. They showed up for our Tigers. Our Tigers then went and watched them on, but our girls' second game, we had like a cheering section of a few of our Bandon siblings, and then it was Oakland kids. And they were the ones leading the cheers and cheering back and forth with the other school that we were playing against. And it was just awesome to see it.
Yeah, Oakland really does an amazing job of turning out for their kids. Hundreds of parents and kids and band and cheerleaders and everybody. So they ended up, I believe, fourth. But yeah, we returned the favor. Sixth. Yeah. Girls. So yeah, we returned the favor for them and got to cheer on their team as well. Super physical games. They really, the girls really represented themselves well. They had great sportsmanship. And it was really touching. Sorry.
It's good to see how they behave outside of here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And not to mention one of the teams let one of our seniors who's been out for the entire year with an injury, let her play the last few seconds of the game. So it was really touching. It was really amazing. Jasmine Llewellyn got to do. So I'm not even related, but I was very touched by it.
We were all blubbering.
We were all blubbering, and I wanted to thank that team, the Tiger Tiger
Tiger
Cats?
Scout.
Tiger Scots.
Scots,
The Tiger Scots were the
which
ones
is a
that,
fake tiger.
yes. So
had to
that
look it
was very cool and it was great sportsmanship and everyone cheering each other on. So that was very cool, especially the public schools cheering on the fellow public schools because they are small representation. So thank you. Lindy is not here, correct? Is she at her play practice?
No.
No? Oh, I'm sorry. She said.
Let me just say, this is her first day off in weeks. And if you haven't seen Diary of a Young Girl, Lindy is absolutely spectacular in it. There's going to be 2 performances this Saturday, one at 2 and one at 7, and the final performance is Sunday at 2. And I urge you all to come see this play.
Fantastic. Love to see our kids out in the community giving back. So thank you. Okay, action items on to 5.01 bills in the amount of $208,637.53. May I have a motion?
I move we pay the bills.
5 second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. All right, so now we're on to 5.02, approve superintendent evaluation. I will read the public summary. This will be included. This was provided to us by OSBA and will be included in the files from now on. The Board of Directors of the Bandon School District have completed the annual evaluation of Superintendent Shauna Schmier for the 2025-26 school year. 4 board members have served on the board for at least 1 full year and have been able to observe and be part of the successes achieved this year. The superintendent was evaluated on 5 superintendent goals that align with board goals and 8 performance standards, which are based on national standards. The evaluation process was facilitated by the Oregon School Boards Association. Regarding the 5 superintendent goals, the board determined that the superintendent's performance was consistent and effective with goal number 1, improve academic growth and close opportunity gaps. Goal number 3, ensure responsible fiscal management and operational effectiveness. The board felt the superintendent's performance was occasionally met and still developing. Goal number 5, expand community partnerships and two-way communication. The board would like to see continuous growth with improving communication and transparency with staff and community so leadership decisions are clearly understood. Noting that currently community outreach and opportunities to hear from the public via listening sessions and surveys are in development and will continue to be a focus throughout the rest of the school year. The board acknowledged that although the superintendent has consistently updated the board with progress towards her evaluation goals that were set by the board in August of 2025, that she should also find ways to keep staff better informed on how board direction and data lead to organizational management decisions. The board will be working with the superintendent over the next several weeks to develop professional development goals that align with our district goals and address the areas of growth. We look forward to working together with Superintendent Schmier to continue to focus on student success at Bandon High School. I'm sorry, Bandon School District. May I have a motion to approve the superintendent evaluation?
I make a motion to approve the superintendent evaluation.
May I have a second?
5 second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? All those abstaining? And may you say why you are abstaining, please?
I wasn't present for any of the evaluations. Able to agree with the determination.
Perfect. Any do opposed? All right, motion passes. 5.03, designate Hungerford as general counsel. May I have a motion?
I move to. Yes.
Motion to
Yes.
designate Hungerford.
Yes.
May I have a second?
Can't say their name.
I'll second.
Discussion. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. 5.04, approve the 2026-2027 district calendar.
I make a motion to approve the 2026-2027 district calendar.
I second.
Discussion?
I thank everybody that sat in and contributed to getting this calendar. I like this a lot more than all the half days we had this year and last.
So this is a very collaborative, this is the most collaborative we've ever had.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Okay, because I know we had meetings and everyone got to contribute to that. So thank you. Thank you to all the teachers and community members who contributed to those meetings to get the district calendar put together. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. 5.05, appoint budget committee members. We have 3 positions.
I make a motion to appoint Jeremy Brown as a committee member.
I second.
All those in favor? All those opposed? All right, Jeremy is good. All right, number 2.
I make a motion to appoint Sharon Haga as a committee member.
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes.
I make a motion to appoint Whitney Peters as a budget committee member.
I second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. All right, thank you. 3 positions for our budget committee.
Thank you all for stepping up. You guys are important.
Yes, very. Okay, 5.06, approve Harbor Life's leadership trip to the Spring Oregon Association of Student Councils Conference, April 25th to 27th. Do we have anyone presenting on that or?
No, Megan just gave her proposal in the letter.
In the packet.
Yep.
Okay. So this is something they go to every year. It's up in Seaside. Very cool. It's a great way for these leaders, school leaders to meet other school leaders from across the state and learn new and valuable ways to have great leadership here in our district. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the middle school leadership trip to Spring Oregon Association of Students Councils Conference, April 25th through 27th. Please.
I second.
Any discussion?
Whatever Megan wants, give it to her. She's
Megan
amazing.
she's a great asset to these kids, that's for sure. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. They have a great time. 5.07, approve BHS baseball trip to Wairika, California, March 18th to 22nd.
I move we approve the BHS baseball trip to Wairika, California, March 18th to 27th.
Second.
Any discussion?
I second. Oh, he second.
He
Oh.
seconded.
I thought you said 22nd.
No, 25th, yeah. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, then we have from Jordan, approve BHS girls basketball summer travel. May I have a motion? This is, let me see, for out-of-state camps and tournaments. Okay, so I'm sorry. May
I
I have a
move
motion?
we approve the BHS girls basketball summer travel, wherever that may be.
Yes.
I second.
She seconds.
All right, Brianna got it. Any discussion?
Where are they going? They
Where
go
do they usually
to
go?
Washington,
All over.
to a basketball camp and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My discussion point would be, this is how you get such a great team, by having them travel together, play ball together and make memories. That's why we have such a great team.
Such a tight group year after year. Thank you to Jordan for all the endless hours he puts towards towards girls basketball. I'm sorry, did we do a motion?
Yes.
Second, any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. We have 5.09, approved Chamber of Commerce flyer.
Go to the beach.
This is message in a bottle. Come search the Bandon beaches. For more information, bandon.com, message in a bottle, Bandon. May I have a motion?
I motion we approve the Chamber of Commerce flyer.
Second.
Any discussion?
Go to the beach.
Go to the beach. All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. All right, we are on to complaints. We are in 5.10. Number 1, against me.
This is the one I have the paperwork for. This is Amber Berg plus et al., which is 2, 3, I think 12 others. This is concerning, it's got a number of different things. Failure to recuse on matters involving superintendent, they quote conflict of interest, failure to deliberate and vote on a complaint against the board members on a public meeting. Teacher level 4 union grievance, failure to vote in public, failure to address board members in proper public commentary during active level 4 grievance, and failure to respond appropriately to complaints from teachers, staff, and community members. Staff survey, acting unilaterally without board approval. 7, public posting on Facebook and deletion of comments related to complaints. That's basically it.
Yes, there's a lot.
So
I
there's
have
a lot.
apologized multiple times. This is new to me. We've had a really hard time getting help, honestly. This is what's going on here at the district is happening statewide, nationwide. We've had a hard time getting a hold of or responses from OSBA, from attorneys that are good at this sort of thing because they are busy with these sorts of things statewide. Want to thank Robin Miller. He did help us through some things when we were having a hard time getting a hold of a lawyer that could help us that was based in school law. We have Hungerford now, which is they're experienced in schools, so we are on the right track. We're getting everything straightened out. I can't apologize more for just I had no idea. I've done this for 8 years and I'd never had a complaint up until now. So now we've got a lot and we are trying to dig through them and we've made some mistakes on how we do that. And so learning as we go. I'd like to, I've said many times that I don't understand why a school board is compiled of just parents. We're not experts. We're not education experts. We're here to help. And just there's not enough hours in the day to learn everything that there is for this. One of the things that I would like to argue against is that I have deleted anything, that I've posted anything. And I have not. I'm going to read. There was a screenshot, which I knew there would be from my Facebook page, about a post when I was feeling very overwhelmed and neglected and didn't have a lot of support to help us get this through this. And I was being told everything from every angle and everything contradicted itself. And I wanted to do the right thing for the kids in this district because that seems to be something that has been lost this year. So I do want to read it. It was included in the complaint. It's been posted online. It's been screenshot. It's been sent around. I know a lot of people have seen it, but I want to take full and complete credit for what I posted on my own personal website or my own personal Facebook page, which is not my official one. I do have an official Facebook page that is purely for sharing school things, but my private page is for my private thoughts. And so I will read this. It's from November 4th, 2025. Think of the smartest, most connected, charming, well-intentioned, honest, and hardworking person you know. Would they run for public office? Would you? I've officially been a public servant for over 8 years now. I thought COVID would be the worst I'd been through. I was wrong. In the past 6 months, I and a select group of my peers, not everyone, have been called horrible names, have had private information about us disseminated. Our children's names have been name dropped in meetings to send a message. We've been sent screenshots. Screenshots have been sent of our social media photos, posts, and even so much of our likes on posts have been used as evidence of impropriety, had our morals and honesty questioned constantly, been accused of committing actual crimes daily, had notes scrawled and left on our vehicles, threatening voicemails left from blocked numbers, vandalism at our businesses, and the list goes on and on. I'm on the school board. I'm one of 7. A position I don't get paid a single cent for, a position I've actually given up taking the school photos, which I loved doing because I was told by a previous superintendent that it wouldn't be ethical to continue doing so. A position that I ran unopposed for at the last election because nobody else wanted to do it. So even though I was advised by friends and family to not continue on, I did. I committed myself to another 4 years, even though I was already tired of the abuse when the election happened last May. I don't want to quit. I'm not a quitter. But I am tired. I'm tired of researching answers, providing proof, giving my side of the story, explaining why I can't legally explain every last detail, and how that protects both sides, not just mine. Just to be ignored so they can move on to the next accusation. Rinse, repeat. All of this to say I understand that tensions are high right now, not just here, but across the country. I take my role seriously. I used to want to run for higher elected office. I used to want to work in Washington to help people come together for a just cause. I don't think anyone wants that anymore. Even down to my tiny little town and the tiny little school district I graduated from and I adore so much that I want to see my son graduate from as well. Who do you think is going to do all of this work when you've run us off and burnt us out because you didn't want the job when it was open? Who do you think wants this hate every day? The worry when we walk to our cars, the dread of opening that email, that letter. I've been told I need to grow a thicker skin and how this goes with the territory and that I signed up for this. What should I expect? And to that I say no. No, I shouldn't expect this, and neither should anyone else. This is on my Facebook page from November 4th, 2025. It is still on my page. I did not delete a single comment. I did not delete the post. There are 40 comments on that, including ones from people who disagreed with me. I just want to make sure that I was still there. If it's ever open for public comment, it's there, even though screenshots are of that. I will take full ownership of every mistake that I have made. And I welcome it being sent on to higher levels if that's what's called for today.
Thank you. I guess at this moment, we can call for a motion to pursue or to dismiss. I can do it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I make a motion to dismiss this grievance, this complaint as it stands, as is.
I second that.
Martha?
So I guess I'll so Vice Chair, I'll lead it. All in favor of dismissal? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All opposed? Unanimous. We'll be dismissing that. Moving on to next complaint. That's John Sullivan versus Shauna Schmierer, Angela Cardis, and myself, AJ Kimball.
This complaint from John Sullivan is the one that we could not move forward on because we did not have a quorum of voting members until our 2 new members came. The summary of his complaint is a lengthy pattern of behavior with board leadership being unwilling to address unprofessional treatment by district staff, primarily Ms. Schmierer, toward me in my role as a board member. Do we have a motion to pursue this or dismiss this?
I make a motion to dismiss.
Okay, we have a motion to dismiss and a second. All in favor? was 3. Okay, so that's
All opposed.
all opposed.
And since Angela and I are both on it, we're unable to vote on it.
We're unable to vote on it. Had there been a tie, we could have. Motion
Motion
passes.
passes.
Motion to dismiss passes.
We are now on to previous complaints, of which I have now received recommendations from the general counsel as to how to proceed with all of those. Everything was sent December 10th. There were 3 separate complaints presented to the board. These complaints were filed using the district's complaint form. The complaints were listed below. There's one from Jen Else for the Bandon Education Association. This is where we are at for the update for sending complaints to Keith Usery. They have all been sent to him. It has been recommended by our general counsel how to proceed, which ones he should proceed with and which ones he should not. So we have to reevaluate all of them again. Complainant Jen Els for the Bandon Education Association filed a complaint against the superintendent, alleging that she had engaged in practices that created a hostile work environment. Complainant Chris Trevisall filed a complaint against Superintendent Schmier, alleging that the superintendent acted inappropriately with respect to removal of asbestos. Complaints Karina Taylor, Chris Trevisall, Amanda Looney, and Caleb Cruz filed a complaint that contained individual complaints of each complainant against Superintendent Schmier related to their employment with the district and alleged misconduct. The way it works is complaints are made against the superintendent. They're referred to the board chair on behalf of the board. We're required to present those complaints to the board in a board meeting. We decided that it was warranted. We decided to move those on to a third party. At December 10th, we decided to send those to the investigator. In the interim, I'm sorry, those were the 2 complaints we already addressed. Okay, let's start with application of KL time limits. Board policy KL states that a complainant must file a complaint within the later of 2 established time limits, within 2 years after the alleged violation or unlawful incident occurred, or within 1 year after the affected student has graduated from, moved away, or otherwise left the school district. Application of KL time limits. Board Chair Cardis has asked legal counsel to evaluate the viability of 5 complaints that were received, including those that have already been referred to the investigator. A, complaint of Chris Trevisall. The complaint filed by Chris Trevisall contains allegations regarding conduct that took place in 2022 related to asbestos abatement. This complaint does not allege that the conduct is newly known or recently come to light. Based on the time limits spaced by KL, this complaint does not appear to be timely. It is recommended that it can be established by the investigator of his knowledge of those dates. If it was more than 2 years ago, the complaint should be dismissed. So may I have a motion to either dismiss or refer to Keith Usery?
I make a motion to dismiss.
May I have a second? All those in favor?
Or discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry. May they be discussing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe we recently received a new complaint basically about that topic. I do not remember from who.
It's Chris Trevisall. They're all together. There was a separate one and there's one there's a separate one and there's one that's contained in the one that has 4.
Wasn't there one that we just got in the last week? No, just regarding
Oh, no, yeah, we're not going over those today.
Okay.
That'll be next time. So we do have a motion. We have a motion to dismiss and a second. Any further discussion on that one? All those in favor? All those opposed? Passed. That is Number 1. All right. Complaint of Karina Taylor, Chris Travisall, Amanda Looney, and Caleb Cruz. Council has reviewed all of the complaints and the individual complaints of the 3 complainants packaged together with one complaint form. Looking at each of the complaints individually, they do not meet the timeline established by Board Policy KL and are therefore untimely. All of the facts alleged in the complaint made by Karina Taylor refer to actions or events during 2021 when she was employed with the district. There are no facts alleged within the 2 years directly preceding the filing of this complaint. Similarly, there are no facts alleged that establish that these events or actions recently became known. For these reasons, it's advised that the board dismiss the specific allegations made by Karina Taylor. We're going to do all 4 of these separately. So may I have a motion?
Oh, you want all 4 of those?
Nope, just one at a time. So we're just doing Karina's this first.
I make a motion to dismiss Karina's complaint.
A second?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. Similarly, all the facts alleged by complainant Amanda Looney appear to refer to actions or events that fall outside the time limits established by Policy KL. Ms. Looney's complaint refers to action or events that took place between 2021 and 2023 during her employment. There are no facts alleged within the 2 years directly preceding the filing of this complaint. Similarly, there are no facts alleged that establish that these events or actions only recently became known. For these reasons, it's advised that the board dismiss the specific allegations made by Amanda Looney. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to dismiss Looney's complaint.
Have a second?
I second.
Yes, may I have a second? Yep.
Oh.
All right, any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. All right. This is the Chris Travisall one that is included, packaged with this 4. Same are to be true. Same, all facts alleged by Chris Travisall appear to refer to actions or events that fall outside the time limits established by Policy KL. Mr. Travisall's complaint refers to actions or events that took place during his employment with the district between 2019 and 2023. No facts alleged within the 2 years directly preceding the filing of this complaint. For these reasons, it's advised that the board dismiss the specific allegations made by Mr. Travisall.
I make a motion to dismiss the complaint by Chris Travisall.
Second.
Any discussion?
In what year did he file this complaint? Was it 2025?
Yes,
Doesn't that put it within the 2-year limit?
it was not. It was the summer previous. I'm sorry. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. Finally, the complaint filed by Caleb Cruz as part of the larger above referenced complaint does appear to contain allegations within the time limit stated in the board policy. The portion of the complaint should be permitted to proceed. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to dismiss.
May I have a second?
A second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, what'd you say? Did you say it does fall in the time?
Mhm.
That's what our lawyer said.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
So the motion on the table is to dismiss. Any other discussion? All those in favor? To dismiss? All those opposed? We'll proceed. The final one that we are to discuss. okay, I'm sorry, is the complaint, Jen Els for the Bandon Education Association filed a complaint against Superintendent Shauna Schmier alleging that the superintendent had engaged in practices that created a hostile workforce environment, dishonesty, poor decision-making, and possible contractual or legal violations. The complaints do fall within the timeline for the KL. There is no recommendation on that one. So may I have a motion?
Motion to send to investigation.
May I have a second?
I second.
Okay. Any discussion? The motion is to forward to forward the complaint from Jen Els for the Bandon Education Association to the independent investigator. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion passes. Do believe that is everything. All right. May I have public input for items not on the agenda? Have Jessica, your number one, did you have yours? You already did yours, correct? Yeah. Okay. Cynthia Hoggett.
Hello, my name is Cynthia Hoggett. I went to all three schools here in Bandon. I have a child who is 26 years old, went to all three schools here. I currently have a child who is a sophomore over at BHS and has gone to all three schools here. I am 57 years old. I have lived 33 of those years here in Bandon. So Bandon is my second home as opposed to Kingman, Arizona that I lived in for 18 years. I usually try to stay out of things that have to do with politics because in politics, you can't please everybody all of the time. But after being brought to light of the BSDbetter.org, and I've read a lot of things there, it really made me think that maybe I should start coming to these things and maybe I should get involved, especially after some of the conversations that I've had with my son's friends. So regarding the school board, I do believe that we do need to engage Keith Ussery to do that independent investigation and that the superintendent should be placed on administrative leave until that investigation is completed and the findings are made public. Also, at the listening session, I had spoke about the math in the junior high. And to my understanding, Mrs. Armistead had told me that the children were being tested. And if they had the aptitude to do a higher math, then they would go back and forth to the high school to do that higher math. And then if they didn't have the aptitude, they would stay there at HLMS. Well, I went to the BSDbetter.org and read Mrs. Ship's complaint. And what Mrs. Ship said, who was a math teacher here for many years, did not line up what Mrs. Armistead said. So I really would like that looked into for the math program. Science. I always loved science, and I know a lot of people didn't like Mr. Hurley, but I learned a hell of a lot of stuff from Mr. Hurley. And why? Because Mr. Hurley had us out in the community.
One more minute.
You have a 3-minute
You got
limit.
3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
No,
no,
you
no.
got more time. You got more time.
Cynthia, you have one more
Yeah,
minute.
sorry.
Which brings me to science. He had us out in this community doing things, hands-on and learning. Right now, the kids are watching a button from a substitute and doing worksheets. That's not math. And as far as the children out of the district go, it's gone back and forth between whether it's 30 or 60. If we have 30 kids out of the district, that's $539,000 plus per child, according to the 2023 that I looked up online that schools get per student. Again, for the 2023, if we have 60 students out of district, that's $1,079,280 if those students were brought back that could be put into this budget that again is being slashed. So I want to know what are our students really learning between math and science and everything being cut. Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Anna, are you good? Or do you want to go again? You're good? Okay. Dave?
Hi there, Dave Reed. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I do design work for residential, commercial, planning, development, urban design, whatever you said, all that. I have an issue with the development across 11th Street, which is the workforce housing. I sent a letter to all the board members. Hopefully everybody got one. Okay, cool. I had a few things that I wanted to add. I go through this almost every day with people who have property in Bandon or who buy property in Bandon. The issues are they have really bad property. There's always a problem with it. There's always an issue with it. A piece of property that has no issues on it is worth gold in this place. It is, it just is. That and water rights. If you have water rights. I just wanted to clarify a few points. I'm gonna take off my glasses so I can see. And then I'll get out of the way. School property is an irreversible loss to the school district and community. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't afford it anymore in this area. It's not going to happen. The loss of community open space is the loss of a community resource. What is now being considered as surplus property will in the future be vital to the Bandon School District. Eventually it will happen. The district's unused property is an asset that does not depreciate. Unused property, as it does not depreciate, strengthens the district's balance sheet. The minimal infusion of money into the district will not offset the replacement cost of the land in the future if you do need it. There's no going back once you do this. So any development of the school property needs to be directly a benefit to the Bandon School District, to the students, the teachers, and the community. That's all I had.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Zoe?
Good evening, I'm Zoe, and welcome to our 2 new board members. Thank you guys for stepping up. I'm a parent here. I have 2 kids in the district, and there's a lot of things on my mind, concerns. I think I wanted to focus primarily on some of my concerns about budget and use of taxpayer funds. I was at the listening session on February 26th and heard from our superintendent at that session that we're going to be facing a $1.2 million budget shortfall next year. And that could mean that we lose maybe 4 teachers, programming, obvious impacts to our kids. Not long after I learned that, I also learned that back in January 9th to be specific, the district received a settlement offer from OEA. And this was because the district is in an unfair labor practice lawsuit with the union regarding the involuntary transfers that happened last May. And apparently OEA sent a public settlement offer to the district council offering to drop all litigation for the ULP and the upcoming level 5 grievance if the district would put the superintendent on administrative leave and initiate an independent investigation into the formal complaints, 3 or 4 of which you dropped tonight. The board had already voted unanimously in December to initiate an investigation. So they received this offer, my understanding, January 9th. January 12th, at the next board meeting, they voted to engage Keith Usury. My question is, why not accept a very reasonable and prudent offer from OEA that could have avoided a very costly litigation when we're facing a really significant budget shortfall in this district? And to me, that decision to not respond to that reasonable offer seems like an egregious waste of taxpayer dollars. We are paying for this lawsuit. My understanding is that the district's budget for legal was $20,000. We're already double that, and I don't believe we've even gotten the bill for the ULP or the level 5 grievance. So this is money that could be supporting our kids, could be paying our teachers. And I think that it's very concerning that we wouldn't be making more reasonable fiscal management decisions in this district when we know there isn't enough money? Why are we also paying an investigator and litigation when all we needed to do was say yes to an offer, do an investigation as OEA requested, and avoid a huge expense?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Rebecca?
First off, thank you. Thank you. Can we just take a moment and appreciate the microphone?
Thank you, Ab.
Also want to welcome our 2 new board members. I would like to echo Zoe. I do not understand why you are being so ineffective at the positions that you have been elected to. You have been very clearly, you are now very aware that you have an employee with multiple instances of allegations of misconduct, and you appear to be inactive in response. It's really concerning. And a lot of us are looking at this going, why are you here if you're not going to do what you've been elected to do? Please listen to what we're trying to tell you. I recuse the rest of my time. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you. All right, that was the last one for that. We will now close. Oh, no. Oh, going. You want to go again? Okay.
I'm just wondering why the school board seems so bent on protecting the superintendent from accountability for her poor leadership and her poor decisions. You know, one of the most essential duties of this school board is to provide oversight into the actions of the superintendent. I mean, you've been elected or appointed to your positions to serve the interests of the community. The community is speaking to you. You seem like maybe you just don't want to hear about it. It's like, I don't understand the response. I really hope that you guys could stop being a rubber stamp for the superintendent, do your due diligence regarding the use of this district's land, the security of its financial resources, and the decisions around staffing. I'm just wondering how much money this district is willing to spend on legal fees to fight hearing the voice of the community. It seems that this board would rather pay legal fees than reach an agreement that required an independent investigation of the superintendent and that she be placed on administrative leave while it was completed. Pretty reasonable. I just want to ask you to stop ignoring and dismissing the many complaints from staff and community. You can't ignore the complaints out of existence. We want to see you follow through with engaging Keith Ursery to investigate some of the complaints as you voted to do. And I'm just wondering if you're planning to wait until the superintendent has a new contract. I mean, are you just dragging your feet and hoping the community is just going to forget that they were upset, that they have issues, that there are problems? I mean, the community expects you to take action and to protect the precious resource that our community public school is. I mean, we need to protect this resource for the whole community. And I think, honestly, there was a lot of time over the past years when I would never have come to one of these meetings, never would have spoken up, because I just thought that I was all by myself out here dealing with what I was going through with my older child. And that I'm glad I started coming to these meetings, and I'm glad I started talking. And I hope that you guys are starting to listen. Just listen to the very real concerns being expressed by the people in this community, all of whom want the schools to be the best place they can be for all of the children in this community.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that is all I have on my list. We are now entering executive session to conduct deliberations to negotiate real property transactions, ORS 192.6602E.
Want to dismiss the
You guys are all dismissed.
Thank you.
Okay. We are now exiting executive session in which we were in to conduct deliberations to negotiate real property transaction ORS 192.6602E. We are now returning to regular session. We do not have to, but would anyone like to make a motion on the Ocean Park project? All right, Martha would like to make a motion.
I'd like to vote. I would like to move to terminate further discussion about development at this time.
May I have a second for that? Troy is seconding. Troy is seconding to terminate the entire project discussions. All those in favor?
Up.
Martha's up. Troy is up. All those opposed? Motion fails. May I have another motion?
I would like to move that we approve to presumptively include the Western Ball Field with ENA 1.
I second that.
All those in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, discussion?
Could you repeat that? Could you repeat the motion?
To approve ENA 1 to presumptively include the Western Ball Field.
And Brianna was the second. May I have any discussion?
This is to see everything that they're doing, they can provide for us with an addition to the ball field.
Right, and this is, we are not entering into any obligation. ENA 1 does not obligate the district to consummate the project or even to choose the developer to accomplish the project. If we become supportive on a particular project iteration, we'll ultimately have to pass muster under public contracting rules and land use public hearings. So this is literally, our hands are not tied, we're not agreeing to anything, but we are agreeing to keep discussions open. And those current discussions include the Western Ball Field.
Thank you.
Okay. All those in favor? All those opposed?
Me.
Okay, so it was 4 and 3 against. The motion passes. All right, I will make the motion to adjourn.
Before we go,
Oh, I'm
can
sorry.
we do, can we hold and put out the public survey?
Yes, we can that can be part of our future discussions.
Because that'd be part of the future discussions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So public survey and getting more input is on our tasks.
Excellent.
We'll say that for the next month. All right, I make a motion to adjourn. May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Thank you, Martha.
Angela.